It's not new again to say health is wealth. We all know that's true, but do you know when to check your health status? Do you care to learn about living healthy and bright? Who to turn to when you're feeling not quite right? Join Health Med Info for answers and insights to keep you in prime time on YouTube channel, Malachi TV, Facebook pages, MLC TV, MLC TV2, Instagram, MLC TV 2021, X under Malachi TV, and TikTok, Malachite_TV. Don't miss this valuable info in your way to help you live your best life every single day.
Welcome to the remaining part of our discussion on quackery. Remember, we couldn't broadcast out to you due to time factor. Today, we are going to continue from where we stopped. We will also look at how to handle the cholera outbreak in some states. Please do not hesitate to drop your comments to allow us to attend to you better. I am Joy Dada, your Health Med Info program presenter. Stay with us after this break.
It's not new again to say health is wealth. We all know that's true, but do you know when to check your health status? Do you care to learn about living healthy and bright? Who to turn to when you're feeling not quite right? Join Health Med Info for answers and insights to keep you in prime time on YouTube channel, Malachi TV, Facebook pages, MLC TV, MLC TV2, Instagram, MLC TV 2021, X under Malachi TV, and TikTok, Malachite_TV. Don't miss this valuable info in your way to help you live your best life every single day.
Welcome back. Of course, I know you're still with us. Ms. Bolanle, please can you tell us how your association will report suspected case of medical lab scientists that are quackery?
Thank you very much. I think Comrade Aaron has said a lot on that, so that it can be reported to the council as the highest body. But from there, from the first stage is the association at the branch level, the Ministry of Health, even to police. He has mentioned all this. I don't need to repeat them. The association is not saddled with the responsibility, but definitely when we see something, we say something and we do something. But sometimes it takes my mind back to when I got my employment. The list of employment that was pasted then was 20 employee for medical lab science. And when I saw the list, I could identify from the list that only 14 of us are medical laboratory scientists. The 6 others I saw, some of those individuals are from other basic sciences like microbiology, biochemistry, science lab tech, and the likes. But when I saw it, I didn't keep quiet, even as an individual, not an association. I voiced out. I raised a voice. I said, no, this cannot stand. There are people, there are colleagues that have not been, that applied, that came for the interview. Why are their name not there? And now I'm seeing somebody that is not in my feed. All because then, the people that sat, the board of the meeting that sat there, we were not duly represented because the post of directorship has not been granted to us. But now I think going forward, the case is going to change. But thank God that time, because I said something and I did something, it was averted. The list was torn because I raised dust, I made noise. They removed it, and after a week, they pasted another one that entails the right people. So I think the honors not lie on others. We should always say something, do something when we are saying wrong thing. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Back to you, Peter. What would your association do to promote quality and standards in medical laboratories?
Yeah, the association embark on a whole lot of things to promote standard laboratory practice. Top among these is continuing education and training. The association provides several avenues and opportunity. As a matter of fact, there is a training coming up, which is even an African training encompassing almost all African countries, celebrates lab. It's coming up in Abuja very soon. Now, these are occasions for scientists to be trained, scientists to improve in their knowledge and imbibe latest technology. Okay? Again, another thing is that we do, especially is what we are doing now, creating public awareness and sensitizing the public on the danger of quackery. Okay? And a whole lot of struggle the associations embark on. We just mentioned the issue of creating of the directorates of laboratory services in the states. This is a welcoming development because it means that we are right there at the table where decisions are going to be taken on the effectiveness of laboratory services. So these are things, part of the things we are doing as an association to promote good services in the laboratory.
Thank you very much. Yes, sir.
Okay, so we also engage government for the purpose of development of health infrastructure. You know, most associations are pressure bodies, so we engage government, giving them the knowledge of what we require in the medical laboratory. In 2019, we held a biomedical conference where the theme for the conference was laboratory quality management system. Okay, implementing laboratory quality management system, because even when you have a qualified practitioner in place, licensed up to date, he needs to interact with the facility to get the best of result, and that is what management system brings to the table. It has 12 essentials that you cannot just keep away, and one of those very important aspects is your personnel and facility. So you have a registered professional, he's skillful, okay, he's competent, but the equipment he has to work with, he has to be slapping it, you know, every now and then for the equipment to boot and produce what we're expecting it to. That is an eyesore. So we also engage government in the area of developing infrastructure, so that health infrastructure, so that when you have the right personnel, you also have the right equipment and materials to work with. Finally, on this, our council also have a way of testing the validity and the seriousness of medical laboratories, where there's a program we call external quality assessment by the council. What do? They will send a sample to your facility. That sample has already been analyzed. They know the results of everything that is there. So you send it to your facility blindly. You will not know. You will just think it's a sample coming from the patient. So you analyze it. So by the time you generate the result that is not agreeing with that of council, then council will know that your laboratory need to be upscaled. You are not generating the right result. So we call it external quality assessment, and it's very, very robust. It's very key if we must develop our laboratories.
Thank you very much, sir. We go on a short break. We'll be right back. And when we come back, we shall be discussing on the sudden outbreak of cholera in Nigeria today.
It's not new again to say health is wealth. We all know that's true, but do you know when to check your health status? Do you care to learn about living healthy and bright? Who to turn to when you're feeling not quite right? Join Health Med Info for answers and insights to keep you in prime time on YouTube channel, Malachi TV, Facebook pages, MLC TV, MLC TV2, Instagram, MLC TV 2021, X under Malachi TV, and TikTok, Malachite_TV. Don't miss this valuable info on your way to help you live your best life every single day.
Welcome back. This is still HealthMed Info, our weekly program designed to educate and expose us to risks and management of different ailments among the people and animals. We need to be healthy to create wealth for our well-being. To enjoy our previous edition, please visit and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Malakai TV. Like and follow our Facebook pages, MLC TV and MLC TV 2. Cholera is an acute intestinal infection that spreads through contaminated food and water. It typically causes severe diarrhea, vomiting, and muscle cramps, and sometimes death. There was a report of its outbreak in some parts of Lagos State that has made Nigerian health officials issue warnings because it has killed at least 30 people, many of them in the commercial capital Lagos, since the start of this year. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control and Prevention, NCDC, also confirmed 30 deaths since the outbreak. According to them, a total of 1,141 suspected cases were recorded, out of which 65 were confirmed dead on June 11, 2024. They also mentioned states like Bayelsa, Zamfara, Abia, Cross River, Bauchi, Delta, Katsina, Imo, Nasarawa, and of course Lagos, where it all started among the states. My guests are still with me to discuss cholera. Please, Mr. Aaron, can you tell us the cause of cholera?
Okay. From your introduction, we learned there is an outbreak of cholera in the country, some states, though we have not had any case in Kogi State. But what causes the disease cholera is a bacterium that we call Vibrio cholerae.
Okay.
And this bacterium is responsible for this disease we are talking about. And it can break out, this outbreak can occur when you don't practice good hygiene, sanitation, and safe potable water that is safe for consumption, because the disease is basically transmitted through contaminated water and food. So it is amazing that in the 21st century, our type of society should still be battling with cholera outbreak. It's amazing, because it just gives you a reflection of our sanitary habit as a society. I remember when I was growing up, every Saturday, is it last Saturday of the month, so there's this environmental sanitation
Yes.
that has, I call them environmental policemen. Everybody in the community is out cleaning the environment. Okay? Cleaning the environment. You don't want to fall into their hand, because when you do, you will be punished. You will pay fines. So even before they come around, as early as 7, 8 a.m., everybody is out cleaning the immediate environment. So the developed countries now, they have gone beyond curative medicine. Everybody is looking at preventive medicine. And so if we must avoid this kind of outbreak, we must embrace that culture whereby you don't allow a disease to come to your doorstep before you start running up and down, when you have what it takes to have prevented it in the first place. Just enter the streets, just enter the town now. You will see a deplorable environment. You will see the channels, being lodged with all manner of refuse dump. Okay, waste management is gone. When you have this kind of things in place, you will have disease like cholera. So it's a bacterial disease that is very fatal if not handled, okay, if not well managed and well treated. But if it is well treated, it is something that is treatable. So basically, a disease that is caused by a bacteria through contaminated food and water. Today, how many of our communities in Kogi State can boast of tap water, pipe-on water? Okay, in the 21st century, somebody was sharing with me that Our politicians are still digging boreholes, and they are calling it constituency projects. That's embarrassing. When in the past we usually have pipe-borne water, now we have gone so low, abandoning that, and digging boreholes everywhere. That's those that are not even responsible anyway. So we must go back to that culture of provision of safe water for our people, so that to avoid some of these diseases from breaking out in our country.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, if I may add to that, it is disturbing, because ordinarily in this age we shouldn't be talking of outbreak of cholera. Cholera should be associated with a sudden, something like usual occasions of flood. There should be something that aggravates it. Now, in this case of this outbreak, we've not gotten to the season of flood yet. There's no flood, there's no earthquake, there's nothing that is breaking infrastructure. So it means that all along these things have always been there, because our infrastructures were not there. And so it's sad enough. Cholera is not something we should be talking of. It's not what our health system should be battling with. However, when it is there, I think the public need to know it. One, the most important thing is that it is a sudden onset of watery stool, watery and vomiting. Sudden, profuse, and within a short time, you lost strength, you lost a lot of energy. And so it is important that when you have your ward having this kind of stuff, this kind of symptoms, it is important we rush such person to health facility. It's not something you should sit down at home and manage. However, it's anything you must do. It is that you can give such person ORS, okay, which is something that can be prepared even at home. A tablespoon, a liter of water, boiled water, a tablespoon of salt, and 6 spoons of sugar, okay, and then this is what the patient can use to rehydrate himself before you take to the health facility for further pharmaceutical intervention. That's it.
Thank you very much, sir. Any other contribution?
Yeah, to all what my colleagues have said, let me just add a little of this to it on the aspect of personal hygiene. As we all know that this disease is as a result of contamination of food and water. So when we are having at home, in schools, at work, every one of us to cultivate the habit of proper hand washing with soap and water, and if soap is not available, alcohol, 70% alcohol, or hand sanitizer is an alternative. So because most of these diseases is as a result of from hand, it's oral, it's contamination through oral route, so from hands to mouth. So once this hand washing procedure is undertaken, the likelihood of getting infection, especially with cholera, will be brought low. Cholera as it is ranges from mild to moderate and severe forms. In the mild form, it can resolve within a week if appropriate health procedures is taken. Following stooling and vomiting, or some might not even involve this characteristic of stooling and vomiting. But when an individual has it and it is properly managed within a week, it can resolve. But if not properly managed, for example, if it has degenerated to the condition of dehydration, that is, when somebody goes through excess stooling and vomiting, so lost a lot of body fluids, and once this is done, if it's not properly rehydrated, just like my colleagues have said, using ORS, the person can go into coma, hypovolemic shock, and even death. So we can see that with that regard, it's because during the process of vomiting, stooling, the person lost a lot of ions, electrolyte known as electrolyte in the body. So, and once this is not properly harnessed or controlled, the end result is death. So cholera is mild, it can be very mild, and it can be very terrible. So it's not something the community should joke with. It's not what an individual or even the health sector should joke with. It's not what the government should joke with. Though it is not what we are supposed to be talking about, because it's a disease of an underdeveloped country. But it's so unfortunate as it is now in Nigeria that we are talking about cholera. So it shows the degradation state of our country, and all hands should be on deck to do something, to do the right thing. Calling our government, calling our people that good pipe-borne water should be provided. Good sanitations, just like my comrades have said, good sanitation exercise should be restored to the country. The environment is in a deplorable state. It's an eyesore. When you walk on the street, you look at our walkways, and it's pathetic. Dividers, you see our road dividers are supposed to be flower-based environment. You see, it's now refuse dumps. So these are the things that leads to cholera. So we should do something. The government should do something. NGO, individuals, we should all do something to put this behind us in this 21st century. Cholera is very, it can be controlled when we do the right thing. Like eating from street vendors, buying drinks from all these mekono, mezobo with improperly washed bottles, and all this. These are the things that can lead to cholera. So we should, as individuals, community, as people, we should avoid all this and take proper hygiene. Thank you very much.
Quickly before we go, any other contribution?
Okay, I would just want to clear something to this subject. You see, we must have a deliberate culture of sanity in this country. Most often times we neglect so many things, and we are reactionary. We are not preventive people. We will wait for the incident to occur. Then we start running up and down to curtailing them, when God has given us all it takes to actually, bring up preventive approach. I want to talk about our life on waste management. My first contribution, I was talking about environmental sanitation. For goodness sake, we have a profession known as environmental health science, and they are also a body resident in the Federal Ministry of Health, like us. They have so many graduates out there, and one of their significant roles in preventive medicine is this aspect of waste management. Where are they? Where are they? Some of them, I used to see them in the state secretariat anytime I go to that place, in offices. These people that wear white and brown. If we utilize that profession very well, the way it's supposed to be, honestly speaking, we'll go a long way. It will interest you that there are some African countries today that are free of malaria. How did they achieve that? It is by deliberate integrated integrated vector management system. Because the only route through which malaria can contact any man is by mosquito. So if you deal with mosquito, you deal with malaria. Ditto for this that we are discussing. If you restore sanity to your environment, there is no how. And this also must go with some level of legislation. And I'm always putting the word deliberate, because it has something to do with our consciousness. Now, you can bring up a legislation. I don't know if it exists anyway. People that are building houses today, especially those houses around most campuses, they do not have the required household facilities. How can you build a house there is no toilet? Where do you expect the tenant to ease himself? So you build a house, somebody come and rent it, then you go to the bush and defecate. Right? Now where there is flooding, like my brother was saying, we start expecting, you know, issues like this. Because it's not only Vibrio cholerae that can actually cause, there is another we call Escherichia coli, E. coli too. Okay, which is, we call it, is an organism that normally inhabits the GI system. So if, and is in the feces naturally. So with open defecation and what have you, if such defecation has contamination with water source, because you have not provided pipe water for them, so they go to the stream. The stream they are going to get water from is heavily contaminated because your waste management system is poor. So these are the issues. If we are ready to actually embrace preventive medicine, honestly speaking, we can go a long way to curtail so many diseases that ordinarily we are not supposed to be, you know, battling with.
Thank you very much, sir. So do you have any contribution to that?
Yeah, much has been said on how to avoid incidences, outbreak like this. But again, at the center of this is that we must fix our infrastructure. Government must be there to serve the masses, and they must ensure that doing that must be on things that really matters. Build portable, making our water system to work. It should not be optional. I think some years ago we used to have Ebro water. I mean, it may not reach everywhere, but at least something. But now for more than 5-6 years, I think that has been shut down. So we plead on the new administration to look into the issue of pipe-borne water. Thank God that the outbreak have not gotten to Kogi State. We have not experienced anyone in Kogi State. But this can happen anytime. Yeah. And like I said, it's sad enough that we're talking of national outbreak. Because, I mean, cholera shouldn't be something in that status. Normally it's sporadic, localized. That's what should be. So if we are talking of national outbreak, it is an embarrassment. And I think those in government responsible should see this as what it is and begin to see how can we put our nation in a good light.
My viewers out there, I hope you people have been enjoying this show. In 30 seconds before we round up, what do you have to say to our viewers?
Okay, thank you very much. Viewers, I want to advise that we should take our health seriously. Do not wait until you break down before you take a step to approach a health facility for checkup. In fact, make it a point of duty to periodically check up yourself. Go to the hospital, even if you are not sick, check your body parameters to see if you are doing well. And finally, ensure you patronize standard health facility, not just standard laboratory, standard health facility. Drink good waters, practice safe, hygienic lifestyle, and keep your environment clean.
Thank you, sir. Yeah.
Health is what they say, and you don't want to be defrauded and abused in the course of seeking for sound health. So watch out for quackery. Like we have rightly said, it is important that any facility you are visiting should have a facility that is authorized and licensed, and should be able to adequately respond to some concerns of yours. Now, when you ask a question to a professional, you are asking a professional a question, a simple question regarding to your health, and cannot sufficiently respond to you, I think you should be wary of such facility.
Thank you, sir.
Finally, I just want to tell our viewers out there that medical laboratory science as a profession has come to stay in the country and is developing fast. It is not just started today, it has been very long time ago, but we have been relegated to the background due to maybe the nature of our work. While even the clinician is far gone, we are there in the cubicle still watching your back, that is carrying out your analysis, trying to discover the root cause of your problem. But it's saddening that many of us don't know us and we are being misconceived in the society. Sometimes somebody called me, just not even sometimes, yeah, we get it every day, that somebody study in science-based course want to come and do CWES in laboratory, that the person has been rejected in federal institution, can please our facility at the state level in Kogi State be able to admit the person. And I said no, we don't take such individuals. So please, we just want to create awareness and let you know that medical laboratory science services is strictly undertaken by medical laboratory scientists. No other person bear that acronym, no other person share that professional knowledge with us. If you have knowledge in other science, like science laboratory technology, biochemistry, microbiology, a zoology, a botanist, and the likes, you find your best place to practice and not in the medical laboratory offices or hospitals or facilities. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, my guest. We've come to the end of the program today. And until next week, do ensure you check your health status at least 2 to 3 times in a year to avoid a sudden breakdown of your system. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Malachi TV. Like and follow our Facebook pages, MLC TV and MLC TV 2. X handle Malachi TV, Instagram, MLC TV 2021 and TikTok, Malachi_TV. I am Joy Dada. See you next week.